Hello and welcome to the Geek Garage. Today we'll be hanging on the outside of society and getting ready to rumble by showing you how to make a prop, switchblade knife. Now whether you're a greaser or so, doesn't matter, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you never miss a new video. And let's show them how funky and strong your might is as we beat it. Alright, now this summer I'll be directing a movie, and in it, one character pulls a switchblade knife on another. Now, when you're making a movie or a cosplay costume, you don't want to use real weapons because, well, it's not safe. So today I'll be showing you how to make a prop knife using a switchblade comb. Now let's take a look at what we'll need to get started. So for this tutorial, you'll need some Bondo body filler and hardener, a silver metallic paint that matches the same sheen as the comb, some small paintbrushes, the switchblade comb, and a Sharpie to mark out the shape of the blade that you're going to cut out of the comb. Here's a quick tip if you're using some Bondo that you've had sitting on the shelf and it's sort of dried out. What you can do is add some acetone into the Bondo and that'll revive it and bring it back to its original consistency. I recently noticed that Bondo had a new product. This is their professional high bond filler. It says it's sandable in 15 minutes, so I'm going to give this a try. You'll also need a Dremel or similar tool to cut the comb into the shape of a blade. Now this project involves both sparks and fumes, so make sure you wear some safety glasses and a mask or a respirator. Now when you're cutting into metal, it also can be kind of high-pitched, so I also recommend wearing some earplugs. I'm going to start by drawing the shape of the blade onto the comb. I found a reference photo online to give me an idea of what these switchblade knives actually look like. Alright, so now we're going to prep our Bondo. I'm using a plastic tray to mix it on, and what we're going to do is a 3-inch circle of Bondo, half an inch thick, and a 3-inch strip of hardener, and then we're going to mix that until it's a really consistent color. You're going to want to work the hardener a little bit, make sure it's mixed inside there, so just kind of move it around, make sure you got it nice and worked in, and then we're just going to do a 3-inch strip right across it. Ideally, you don't want to see any gray anymore. You want to get this all just a solid blue. Make sure it's nice and consistent. All right, that's looking pretty good. Now you want to spread it evenly on both sides of the comb here. We're going to fill in the tines, and you kind of want to wrap it around the edges so it becomes one solid hardened piece and not just two pancaked parts that are covering the comb. And we're going to use our putty knife here and just kind of spread it along, and make sure that the middle is the most built up part because we're going to be tapering the sides of the blade. So we want a high spot down the center, and then we'll taper off the edges. Try to work quickly because this stuff cures really fast. Now it's okay if you go overboard with this. Once it's dry and hard, we're going to chisel it away and kind of shape and sculpt the blade. So more is probably better than less because we can always scrape it off. You can see it's already starting to harden up on me. Wow, this is a lot faster than normal Bondo. Next, sand the edges at an angle using a palm or orbital sander. You'll want to create a nice raised peak in the middle. Make sure that this still closes and opens smoothly. If you notice any bubble gaps left in the Bondo, you can fill those as well. Now you can finish up by using a piece of fine sandpaper wrapped around a paint stick. All right, I'm ready to start painting. So I have a couple different colors of metallic paints here. I tested both of these beforehand and I kind of like this one a little better, but we might use the other lighter silver as some highlights, but I'm going to start with a base of the darker silver. Okay, and I'm going to take the brighter silver and paint out the tapers just to give it a little bit of shine and kind of just shape it visually with different paint colors to accent the groove and the taper of the blade. Now I'm painting in this direction because when you sharpen a knife, it kind of has, you know, that look of it being sharpened towards the edge of the blade. And if any of these paintbrush strokes, if you kind of see some brush texture in there, it's going to give it a look like it's actually a sharpened knife when it's really pretty blunt. So there you have it. You now know how to make a prop switchblade knife. And it's blunt and safe to use with your actors, although it is still pointy and rigid, so don't stab anyone with it. But it's great for a Halloween costume, cosplay prop, film prop, or even a stage prop. If you are using it for the stage, I might recommend using a chrome paint or a silver foil finish, something that's going to read better for the audience and reflect more light. But yeah, you have the general concept down, so play around with the styles of blades. There's a ton of different reference photos on Google out there. And yeah, you can get different handles for them if you want a different color than the pearl. But check online. Yeah, I'll have some links in the description for all that stuff. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and slash that like button. And if you want to see more tutorials, please subscribe to the channel. And just remember, stay golden, Pony Boy. We'll see you next time on The Geek Garage.